Welcome to clickmyproject.com. Project title is Internet Traffic Classification by Aggregating Correlated Navy-Based Prediction. This project coming under the domain data mining, which is followed by information security. Now going to domain explanation. Data mining is the process of analyzing data from different perspectives and summarizing it into useful information in one of the number of analytical tools for analyzing a data. It allows user to analyze the data from many different dimensions. It is the process of finding large relational database. It has a four main relationship: classes, cluster, classification, and association rule mining. Now going to briefly explain the project. In this project, improve Navy-based traffic classifier with the given input. In existing system, this classification can only classify the small set of training data. In our proposed system, improve the large data set and give better classification result. This paper presents a novel traffic classification scheme to improve the classification performance. In Navy-based scheme, traffic flows are described by using the correlated feature subset selection and flow correlation information is modeled. Traffic classification method is proposed to aggregate the Navy-based prediction of the correlated flows. We also present on analysis on prediction error sensitivity of the aggregation. Our proposed scheme shows that classification performance can achieve much better classification performance than the existing state-of-art of traffic classification method. In that method have C4.5 and KNN classification methods. These methods demonstrate superior traffic classification performance. It achieves only 65% of classification performance. To overcome the existing problem, we have to move on the Navy-based classifier. Now going to explain data flow diagram. First, we have to establish the testing data set. Our empirical study used the real-world data set, that is network traffic trace, named as wide. Traffic flow, which are randomly selected from the wide data set. First step of our process have to load a data set into database. Then it will be used for a classification process. Mostly all of the classification process is beginning with the pre-processing. Here also we have to do the same thing. Pre-processing is done by correlation feature subset selection, that is used to remove the irrelevant and redundant feature from the feature set. Feature subset selection can significantly improve the classification performance of many supervised classification algorithms. Then have to do a Navy-based classifier. Why we are going to choose these classifier to our scheme? Because it has a demonstrate high classification speed and good performance. It is easy to produce the probability of traffic class. Bayes theory can minimize the average classification error. The theory used for aggregate predictor. Decision rule is used to classify the final result. Finally, we have to achieve best classified result as an output. Now going to project demo. Before going to run a program, we must install NetBean and WAM server. WAM server are a package of independently created programs installed on computers. WAM server is used to access the data set. phpMyAdmin, which provide a graphical user interface for the MySQL database manager. First, we have to start a WAM server. Now WAM server is started. After that, we have to open NetBean. Here this is our project. Here home.java is the first form of our project. So have to right click our project, then run the file. Now we have to enter into our project. In very first step of our project, first we have to load our input here y.text is our input of our project, so we have to select the input and open the file. Now the file is open into the text area. After that we have to insert the particular file into dataset. Now the data are loaded into database. After that we have to show the data. These all the data are inserted into our database. Now we have to take this database into our project. In first process of our project is feature subset selection. In this project, feature subset selection is done by correlation coefficient formula. So in correlation coefficient we have to first calculate sum of the attribute. After that we have to square root of the particular attributes. Here we have to do a sum of attributes and square root of the particular attributes are done. After that we have to do a sum of xy, that is this is a first x is a first attribute of our project and y is a second attribute of our project. So we have to multiply these two and give the result of a particular attribute. After that, this is a whole formula for a correlation coefficient. So this formula is calculated and show the result for the correlation coefficient. From this formula we have to find the feature subset selection, that is which one having a high value, that only a statistical feature of our project. This is a statistical features of our project. Why we have to do a feature subset selection? Because we have to do a large attribute means it make us some error, so we have to pre-process our project. That is, pre-processing is the remove the irrelevant data from our project. So the other two fields are unwanted to our project, so we have to remove the two attributes, then we have to pre-process our project. Now the pre-processed data are here, so we have to do our next process from this data, because it have to reduce the time, also memory. Then we have to do a navy base prediction, that is navy base classifier. Before going to a navy base classifier we have to must cluster our data set. So data are first clustered. Now the clustered data are displayed here, that is which one having a which cluster, that should be defined in here. Then we have to do a Bayesian classifier, that is P of A by B, that is which one is a class. This is a class factor. In the particular class how many clusters are have and which how many data are inside the particular cluster, that will be defined in here. Then have to do a P of A and P of B, that is a particular attribute only have a how many data in a particular cluster. After that you have to do a final, that is this is a cluster, that is in our project have a 3 cluster and this is a data, that is this is a 28, 27 and 26 and 25. These are 4 data included into our project. After that we have to, from the Bayesian classifier, in next step of our project is decision rule, that is how to improve our classification accuracy. So we have to do a decision rule. First we have to find the matrix of our data set. So here matrix formation of our project is done. After that we have to calculate information gain of our project. After that we have to calculate entropy for the particular attributes. Here entropies are calculated. After that we have to do a gain. Finally you have to give the classification, that is how many clusters are there and how many data are included in the particular cluster. It have to improve the classification accuracy also. Finally we have to do a aggregate classification. These classification define particular class and also that particular class having how many cluster, that will be defined in aggregative classifier. Finally we have to do an analysis part, that is it shows how many instances are in there and we have to how many data are we have to taken into our project, that is after subset selection how many data we have to do, then how many data are correctly classified, that will be specified in here. After that we have to do the error factor of our particular process. Then final analysis of our part This is the accuracy part of our project, that is in existing system, that is state of art of method. It have a high accuracy compared to the previous technique, and also it give a error factor, that is error range are minimized from highest to lowest, that is compared to previous algorithm into current algorithm. Main conclusion of our project is traffic classification scheme which can be effectively improve the classification performance by using Navy based classifier and reduce error prediction that can be achieved. Thank you.